under half an hour's time. Are we excited about Late Line?
Oh, yeah!
And I think, if anything, the Late Line lovers got bigger than last week. Big round of applause, too, for the Silver Foxy ladies.
Although, Chris, we have a bit of a dissenter here. Look at this. Look at this shirt. I prefer Lee Sales. Look at this. Hang on.
Oh, it is.
Tony's Wednesday. You're only allowed in here on Mondays, Tuesdays and Fridays. Get out. All right, are we ready to do this? Let's get into this week's campaign roundup.
Stepped up a notch this week. We've had leaks and reinventions flying thick and fast.
And look, the media's having a hell of a time trying to keep up with it all, and at least one poor journo's been totally run off his feet. It's very hard.
Look, all the action started last Friday with Kevin Rudd sadly going under the knife for the second time in as many months.
Look, and I thought Gillard hit the right sympathetic tone about Rudd's operation, but she possibly gave herself away when she insisted that Dr. Patel carry out the surgery. Now, is that appropriate to the
borderline?
Gallbladder removal is actually quite a delicate procedure. See, this is the gallbladder here, and that's where the bile gets stored. And all that bile gets taken out and transferred to Laurie Oakes.
It's true. Yeah. It's a very hard procedure.
It is, yeah.
It's not easy finding a way into it.
Yeah, that's right. But look, from then on, it's just been one embarrassing leak after another from the ALP. And I noticed the leak actually caused Liberal power broker Michael Kroger to leap to all sorts of crazy conclusions on Late Line last Friday.
If you can't stop the leaks, you won't stop the boats.
If you can't stop the leaks, you won't stop the boats. Now, I'm no marine engineer, but I'm pretty sure that leaks are the one thing that will stop the boats.
Now, I know for certain where these leaks are coming from, but if we just take a look at the current state of the chamber, it seems if those leaks do continue, then the ALP could be totally wiped out.
Decimated.
Totally wiped out.
Which is why, of course, we've seen this week the big reinvention, the all-new real Julia Gillard.
Real Julia.
She had to do this to cut through because she's been so overshadowed in the news by Kevin Rudd all week.
Yeah, although, to be fair, not as much as she was overshadowed by Peter Garrett. Look at that.
Yes.
I've got to say, if you are hiding behind Peter Garrett in a campaign, you've got real problems.
You're in trouble.
And it seems the new real Julia wants to move forward from the moving forward slogan. So now it's all about backtracking on Rudd's plans for a big Australia.
A sustainable Australia, not a big Australia. A sustainable Australia, not a big Australia. Not a big Australia, but a sustainable Australia.
It's hard to pick the subtext, but I think sustainable is the new buzzword. Yeah. Sustainable is good, big is bad. It's out.
Oh, she's anti-big. Hates anything that's big, and not just population, mind you. Even here at the ABC, she's insisting that play schools Big Ted now be sustainable Ted.
Yeah, I got to say that the tourists heading to the Big Pineapple in Queensland have been a little bit underwhelmed to find the new sustainable pineapple out there.
Oh, look.
It's just not the same.
It doesn't look sustainable, no. It's happening in television as well, actually. I was watching Sex and the City last night. It was one of my favourite shows. Look at this. They've changed characters. Mr. Sustainable now.
The coalition, meanwhile, is still sticking with their slogan, stand up for real action. Now, not all the Libs, though, are practising what they preach. I mean, take the Lib MP Jason Wood. Now, as far as I can tell, this guy's not standing up at all. Where is he?
Policy-wise this week, Gillard launched her disabilities policy, and at the launch she had one of those sign language experts, beside her signing the speech.
Yeah, look, I think some people thought it was a little bit token, maybe. I thought it was a nice touch. And they have done this before, remember. They had a sign language person at Gillard's climate change speech about the Citizens' Assembly.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm pretty sure, actually, when she did the Cash for Clunkers policy, there was someone there as well.
Yeah. Look, I must admit, I'm a big fan of the Cash for Clunkers policy. It's good policy. $2,000 a pop for taking your old bombs off the road, and it's a great idea. And there's one person, I reckon, who's got more clunkers on their hands right now than anyone else.
Julia, big fan of the Cash for Clunkers, but let's face it, no one's got more clunkers than you do. So how about we take some off your hands, $2,000 for the Citizens' Assembly policy?
Now, I don't want to take your hard-earned money, so you better keep that.
Nah, come on, it's a massive bomb.
I know that, working for a public broadcaster, you need every dollar you can get. So you better keep that.
Where's the environment, though?
Oh, look, can I have your autograph,
Don't you want her autograph? How's that feel?
He could give you that and you could spend it on something you...
No. You don't have any clunkers. She's the one with the clunkers. How about East Timor? You got more clunkers there. How about Peter Garrett? I'll give you $2,000 for Peter.
Yeah, he was great. Hey, Chazzy. Hey, Chazzy, can I get your autograph?
Join the queue, right? Look, what I was trying to say is that... Hey, I got it. Fine. Now, I filmed that on a Sunday, right? But the thing was, that was the old Julia. Then what happened on Monday was the real Julia. So I thought I should pay her another visit. Hey, Julia. Congratulations on getting rid of the old Julia. She's the biggest clunker of all. Now you've really earned your $2,000.
Oh, now.
Come on.
I didn't want to take your money, so I don't think
that was your line yesterday. That was the old Julia. The new real Julia would take the money.
Well, we need to do something we didn't do yesterday. We'll have to do the, the campaign hug. What about that? Campaign hug. There we go. No, you keep your money.
Can you at least drop the old Julia at the tip?
Tony Abbott, a man of vision, a man of strength, and above all, a man of real action. A typical day begins for Tony at 5 a.m. Then it's straight down to business, meeting with his shadow cabinet at 9 o'clock.
Our job is to save Australia.
Followed by a security briefing mid-morning, then some high-level talks with captains of industry and lobby groups. Before attending a power lunch with business leaders in the city.
Malcolm's probably said worse about me.
His afternoons might include a visit to a regional hospital, a doorstop with the press, and finally a consultative meeting with senior leaders of the church. Tony Abbott, a man who's fit.
A massive problem for the government so far has definitely been the issue of asylum seekers.
Oh, yeah, asylum seekers.
Asylum seekers has been a huge issue, or as Julie Gillard likes to call it,
Irregular people movement. Irregular people movement. Irregular people movement. Irregular people movement.
irregular people movement. Although, to be fair, irregular people movement is something the Labor Party should know a lot about.
Yes, some fairly irregular people movement from one of their members there. But look, let's look at the numbers on immigration. About 5,000 boat people came to Australia in the last 12 months. If you think that's alarming, there's more than 300,000 womb people coming to Australia. And look, I mean, some folks are getting very angry about this baby invasion, although they have actually sent the Navy in now to deal with it, so it should be OK.
Meanwhile, Tony Abbott, he's really putting the blowtorch to the Labor Party when it comes to immigration. And, in fact, he's come up with an extremely convincing case for why we should get rid of immigrants altogether.
As I said, I am an immigrant myself.
Hard to argue with that.
That's convinced me.
So what's Julia Gillard doing about immigration? Well, first of all, she said she wasn't PC, which I guess makes her Mac. No wonder wankers like her so much.
Yes. Next, of course, she made a huge swag of very meaningful changes. Well, specifically, she changed the Minister for Population's title. It's a revolution, but she's foreshadowed even bigger changes to come.